Welcome back to our channel, Hume's Little Homestead. Ladybugs went. I opened this window to let them go, and they were in a huge huddle, and now they're scurrying and they're gonna be released into the wild since it's time to harden off our pepper plants anyway. I don't think we'll have much more of the aphid problem. I just have some lemon balm, sweet marjoram, and some cactuses left in here. This is thyme. I don't know if it's going to make a comeback or not. Some of my plants got neglected. Here's the tomatoes that we planted together yesterday. And these are Levi's orange trees. This one doesn't look as healthy as this one. But sometimes that happens when you just try and grow things, seeds from the store. And I have a house plant in here too. So this room, I need to vacuum it still, but it's been evacuated. So I'm releasing all the ladybugs out the window, and it looks like they're gonna go ahead and fly away. They seem pretty happy that the window's open. I need to repaint in here. Oh, there's one on the outside. Yep, they're gonna be free now. Do you see them flying away? They're flying away now. 'Cause it's springtime.
Fly.
Fly.
No.
Don't squish them. No. Don't squish it. It's a good bug.
Look.
Leave it alone, okay? Yes, they're gonna fly away. Let it go. It kills the aphids.
Bug.
Ladybug. Yeah, ladybug. Or you can say beetle. Beetle? That's good. Be soft. Today is the first day that I'm hardening off plants, and I just wanted to show you what to look for. So these ones are starting to get a little droopy from the sun. They've only been in the sun a few, like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. See how these ones are still in the shade? Anyway, when they start to look like this, bring them inside. Not all of them are, like these ones are definitely ready to come inside. Not all of the plants are doing this. I will give you an example. This habanero plant can stay out longer. You can see its leaves are not affected at all just yet. But because it's the first day outside, they will begin. This is a serrano pepper, and it's also not having that effect. But this pepper here, I believe it's a bell pepper. Yeah, this is my bell pepper. Its leaves are starting to do that droopy thing. And it's just because the cell walls in the leaf, they're thinner because they've been inside all winter. So this plant needs to come inside right now. All of these plants need to come inside right now. And this is why you harden off your plants, because you want them to all be able to withstand the sunlight when you plant them outside. So see how it's just a little bit droopy? You want them to be hardier. This one's not doing that yet. It's barely getting in the sunlight. So another thing you can do is you can leave your plants in the shade all day in a shady spot. See how this isn't happening to these? And if you're going to plant them in a shady spot, it's less chance of your plants getting damaged. Anyway, I got to bring these inside now. So I just wanted to show the difference. You can see this plant doesn't mind being out a little longer, but this one really needs to come inside.
I found some wild asparagus. I think it's ready to pick.
It is ready. Let's show the... Do you want to get scissors to chop them right at the base?
Yeah.
That is an awesome find. So we have asparagus that grows wild on our property. But yes, it is perfect.
So it's our property.
Irrigating today. This is not our property next to us, but it's nice when they share the irrigation water. Go grab some scissors and you can cut it.
I'm gonna go do that. I got it.
Okay.
I can't do it. It's hard.
See if you can just pluck it out.
Oh. I think this one's ready to pick too.
Oh, there. Yeah, just pull them off like that. It'll break where it's tender. Oops.
Oops.
Pulled that whole root out.
I
That's
should
okay.
cut it off.
Careful. Oh my goodness. Maybe we should use kitchen scissors.
Yeah.
All right. You can get this one too. Yep.
This one?
Yep.
Oh.
It'll grow back. You can get these two right here.
What about this one?
No, I would leave that one.
Why not?
We'll check it tomorrow. This one.
Okay.
There's your harvest.
Yay!
You can eat that for lunch.
Mom, can you watch over this? I don't want it to be wet. We're getting wet.
Emmett.
Mom, can you hold this so it doesn't get wet?
Want to tell them what you picked up for me?
We got some purple asparagus. And we also got some wild asparagus. It's in the fridge. Oh, we got it.
Our purple asparagus didn't germinate. Well, I mean, it didn't spread very well. We have 2 plants growing, so I'm going to add these 3 plants to the purple asparagus row. The other rows that we planted last year are doing really fantastic and looking really good. The other thing I'm doing this evening is all of these little okras have sprouted. So the ones that have sprouted, you want to show?
The wild asparagus I found.
Yep, we can eat those. They're good.
What's this?
You washed them, right?
Huh?
Okay. They were in irrigation water, so I didn't want her eating those. And so I'm going to be taking out each okra that sprouted and planting it in one of these little pots. I'm getting a bunch of little helpers now. I'm happy you guys are home.
Me too.
Did you have fun today?
Yeah. Yep. What are we making?
I'm planting some okra.
Okay. At the fun party.
So we have 12 little okra sprouts. This one fell out of its shell, but it looks like it will be fine. So we're going to plant each of these in these little pots we have over
It's
here.
fun
I'm
experimenting.
recycling these. So let's fill up these pots with dirt.
Do you have them? Do you see it? Now it's gonna go in. Plop.
That part needs to point down.
Oops.
That's the root.
Oops. Sorry, Mommy. Down.
Then cover it.
All
Thanks,
of it?
Hannah. Good job. Hannah's filling up for us. Okay, which one did you put it in? Wait. Put these in when you put them in, so we know.
Can this one be mine?
That's fine. And we're gonna save. I'm not going to write on these labels because I want to save them for other things, but I'm taking a mental note and recording that these white ones are all my Clemson spineless okra, and this green one, Clemson spineless okra.
I'm gonna plant these all by myself. See? One. I was doing one of those cute little things. Two. Three. Four. I thought that, oh yeah.
There's one.
Get those ones. 5. 6.
I always knew aliens were terrible drivers.
7.
We don't need to label those. We know what those.
Which ones to do, so I just did a lot. I can't tell her. She's holding the camera. So yeah.
This is so nice, Haley. Thank you.
And I need to water them, Mommy.
Okay, we better put them in one of those black trays before you water.
Take these trays back where?
So Hannah,
We're gonna put them where the peppers were. Yesterday I started some plants for Mother's Day, and I'm not gonna show what their labels are. I have them labeled on the other side. But this is what I was working on, and Haley saw me working on this project of starting these plants for Mother's Day. And when I got in the shower, she asked if she could do the same thing, kind of. And this is, well, this one's from Hannah to Dad, because she wanted to make one for Dad. But it was the sweetest thing. I came out and she had all of these labels, and she has surprise plants planted for me. So I don't know what's going to be growing. She said every single plant is different. So she had all my seeds out and was planting me flowers and herbs. So I'm really excited to see what she planted. I have no idea what she planted. It was just the cutest, and all these little to mom. It was very, very sweet and tender. Here is the okra. I decided not to label these so that I can reuse these labels. So I know that these white and one green These white labels and this one green label, these are all the Clemson spineless okra that had sprouted. So it should be popping up through the ground pretty soon. And these ones without labels here, these 3 and these 4 right over here, these are the burgundy okras. So I got 7 sprouts from the burgundies. And these are all the tomatoes. I don't know if I went through all of the varieties that I ended up planting. I'll do that really fast. On the last video, I said that I had gone through each package, but I added some more and took some out, so I ended up not adding that video clip. So for my cherry tomatoes this year, I'm doing Matt's Wild Cherry, Sweetie. They're very similar to Matt's Wild Cherry. The Sweetie tomatoes, they're really small tomatoes, and their skins are really thin, so they don't have like so much of a pop when you eat them, but they're sweet and good. And the yellow pear are my kids' favorite. I'm not a huge fan of the yellow pear, but they're my kids' favorite and my husband's favorite. So they are just little yellow tomatoes. To me, they don't have as much flavor as red tomatoes or dark purple tomatoes. So they're not my favorite, but they look really pretty in a bowl with the other ones, and they are my kids' favorite. They have more of like a fruity flavor. And then black cherry tomatoes were my favorite last year, and they have more of like an acidic flavor, and they're really, really good. They're about this big. They're bigger than the Matt's Wild Cherry and the Sweeties, and their skin is a little bit thicker so that when you bite down on them, they have that crunch and that pop that I love. Then Chadwick Cherry is very similar to the Sweetie, except the Chadwick Cherry has a little bit thicker skin. So I find when I'm picking it, it doesn't break as easy. So I went ahead and did some of those. It's my first year trying blue cream berries from Baker Creek. I've seen so many good reviews from the channel Roots and Refuge Farm. Jess, she loves to grow tomatoes, so I'm trying 2 of those plants this year. I went ahead and did a green zebra. They're not my favorite tomatoes, but they make really yummy green salsa. And they're not technically cherry tomatoes, but they're also not very big. They're kind of about this size. You can hold it in your hand, but they're not as big as like canning tomatoes or red tomatoes, but they are a fun tomato to grow, so I went ahead and did it. And then it's my first year growing Brad's Atomic Grape. And same thing, I got the recommendation from that YouTube channel I love to watch. She has amazing gardens, and that was Jess from Roots and Refuge Farm. And then we move on to my canning tomatoes. This year I'm just doing 3 plants of San Marzano or San Marzano. I don't know how you want to say that, but I always read it like San Marzano, so I might be wrong in that. And then I did Martian Giant. I don't know if it's Martian or Martin. I've always called him Martian Giant. I don't know if that's right. And then I did 2 beefsteaks, and I might give some of these away because the seeds were very old, so I planted like 4 to 5 seeds in each pot. So if they all germinate, I'll definitely have some beefsteak to give away or sell for a couple dollars. Not sure if I'm going to sell or not. I love the yellow Brandywine tomato for sandwiches, so I went ahead and did 1. The one thing that I have trouble with the yellow Brandywine and the pink Brandywine is those tomato plants are more susceptible to the blight and the bugs, and I just have had trouble with them the last couple of years. I love the tomatoes they produce, but the plants are not as hardy for me as like the Wisconsin 55 or the beefsteak. So the plants get some damages on them. But the tomatoes they produce are really yummy. So try and plant 1 each year. And then Wisconsin 55 did really well for me last year. Even though it was in like the worst part of the garden, it was very prolific. And it was like, they're like medium-sized tomatoes, but really good for like sandwiches, and you can also use them for like tomato juice and that kind of thing. And then black creme and Cherokee purple, I just love the dark purple tomatoes, so I went ahead. I wasn't going to do the Cherokee purple, but I like to do all of them, so I went ahead and did 1. And then I have Black Beauty eggplants, and I planted a few seeds in there, so I'm hoping to get a couple of plants to separate out. And then I was going to show you, I bought this Venus flytrap while we didn't have our kids yet. I've always wanted to try and grow a Venus flytrap. So we've been feeding it bugs, and it ate a little moth last night. It still has it in its, I don't know, do you call them jaws? Let me see if I can find the leaf that it's in. Bring it over here in the shade. So if you see, oh, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe I should take it out of its little container. I take it out of its container to water it, and I water it with bottled water. I know, it's so silly. I'm feeding a plant bottled water. But I've always wanted to have one, and I've always wanted it to grow. But in that back leaf back there, it's kind of hard to see. There's a moth in it that it ate, and it just like traps them in these. It didn't digest those bugs very well, but it traps them in its little jaws, and it's kind of fun. It's my first time trying to grow a carnivorous plant, so it's kind of a fun project that I have going. So I have it over here where it can get a little bit of sun, but not too hot. And I kept it in this because I guess it really likes humidity, so I kept it in its little dome. I think I'll try repotting it on one of these next videos very soon. I've been watching some videos about how to care for them. And then we have Levi's orange trees over here. I trimmed off some of the leaves that were brown on this one, and it's looking a lot better. And this one never got any brown leaves, so this one right here is just doing really healthy. They came from the same orange, the seeds did, but you just never know when you sprout a seed from a fruit if it will grow or not. So that's what's going on in the plant room now. We have started hardening off our peppers. Over here is that one lily plant. I used to have 5 of these, and they just didn't do well. I don't know, maybe I should have planted them outside and they would have done better. And I've got my lemon balm, and I really like to smell it. It really improves my mood, and it's spreading out and filling up this pot really nicely. And then I've got my sweet marjoram, which I love this pot my sister-in-law made. It's a really, really pretty pot. And this plant sheds a lot. So I vacuum it out each day. And I released all the ladybugs that were in here. Yesterday I opened that window, and it looks like all of them have gone out the window. And then I've got my spider plant up here that will stay in this room. And then I have 2 cactus plants from my grandma from when we lost our baby Liam. And I really like, they've grown a lot and they look really cool. I like this furry one. It's like a little family. It has a big one, medium-sized one, and a little baby growing down there. It's kind of fun. So I rotate these each day because they really go towards the sun. So you can see it's leaning towards that way, so I'll rotate it this way to help it grow straight. And I don't do it every day, but every couple of days, and I can see that, like, you can totally see that it's leaning a little bit more this way because it was pointing that way. So I'll turn it, and then it'll start leaning back that way towards the sun. And again, just this is like the sweetest little project. I can't wait to see what grows. Today, after the kids wake up, we're going to plant purple passion asparagus. I have 2 plants that made it from last year. And I guess that's pretty good because it looks like it comes with 3 plants. So 2 plants made it from last year. So I'm hoping to add these 3 plants to that purple section that I have. And I just think they look really cool. I'm not sure how they taste, but I have all of my green asparagus. It was Mary Washington asparagus and Jersey Night. I have a whole row of that, and it is doing really well, coming up really nicely. And then as well, when the kids wake up, I want to plant these radishes together. I don't think my kids don't like radishes. They're a little spicy for them. And I'm very excited to taste this Japanese wasabi radish that is from Baker Creek. That was the free seed they sent this year, and I was just really excited to try this radish. So I'm excited to get these in the ground. And I have other carrot types, but I'm going to just do the kaleidoscope blend. It's red, purple, yellow, really fun, and some white ones, and some just really fun colors of carrots. And they did really well last year. So I'm excited to plant these over by the onion patch we have going. That's where all of these are going. And then I've got 2 different kinds of peas to try. I've got a bush pea. I've never tried a bush pea. And I love the sugar snap pea. So I'm putting these over by the onions as well. Go.
Just let the ducks out. Close it.
Close it quick. Close it quick. Yeah. They sort of died.
Run up front and grab that hose and bring it back here, dude.
Me?
Yeah.
Filming?
Oh. Come on, little bud. Come here, don't get muddy. Let me help you out.
He's muddy. No, stay in. Stay in.
Duck water all over his face. No, come here, bud.
Ducky! Can you shut this gate so they don't escape?
Yeah.
Emmett, it's time to get out of
Come
here.
here, Emmett.
You're getting Nala a little too excited over here.
Come here.
Getting Nala too excited.
Come here.
Yeah?
I found
Careful, they're very fragile.
2 eggs. But there's probably some more in there.
Okay,
I
you
found
dig around
one.
and see.
I found one hidden under the hay. These guys like to bury stuff. So we're gonna check them out.
Here, you can hand me the ones you found, and I'll hold them for you.
So here's this blue one without spots. And here's this blue one with spots.
Those are pretty.
Nope, I don't think so. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in.
Yeah, 1 second. Oh, I just smushed it. Whoops. The egg. I had an itch on my arm and it squished the egg.
Another egg.
I noticed this one looks more blue. That one of these is laying bluer eggs. Really interesting. Just one in there?
No, there might be some blue
Yeah,
now.
tell on you. It's laid up.
No.
Get more money for it.
I accidentally squished that one.
Did it crack?
Just a little. We can still eat it if you want it right now.
Yeah, I'll eat it. I should go inside, though.
Is that it? They usually lay after... Oh, poop. They usually lay after the sun has been up for a little while. They like the sunshine.
Make sure little birdie can And they sometimes like to lay around.
Yep, I don't see any though. I think we better close it so we don't have to chase a quail today.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my sunscreen on that I had.
Good idea. And probably change out of your jammies, huh? Oh, your tails are so cute. Who did those?
Oh, Grandma, lawyer.
Cute.
No, we gotta stay on this side, Emma.
When you're older, you can help Mommy pick out the flowers, okay?
We want to collect them before it gets too windy because they'll shrivel up in the wind. And they look really pretty in a vase. So pretty.
I don't think there's any room.
Okay, go ahead and take these inside.
Okay.
When you come back out, we'll plant. We planted a bleeding heart bush right here. I didn't have this covering it and I hope it didn't. It was in full sun for 2 days, and I hope it will bounce back. But the roots looked really healthy on it, so I might buy another one from Tractor Supply just in case I accidentally killed this one. But I put this over it to give it shade until it gets established. Right here is where we're going to plant those radishes and peas, and we've got some compost to put down right here. Carrots for us along the very back edge of this onion garden, and Haley planted 2 bush peas over here. I've never tried growing bush peas, so she put those right in that space. And right now Kaden is going to plant the wasabi radishes for me. These are probably going to be too spicy for any of the kids, so let's see. They're going to go right in this section right here where none of the onions or garlic are. Are going to be putting sparkler radishes in this section right here. Yeah, I'll make
Open it and then we gotta count them, okay? You got it or you need some help? Come here, bud.
It's too windy. We have to bring the plants in right away. This is not good. This is why you harden your plants. They've been out here maybe 20 minutes, but it's just too windy today. The last thing I have to do today is plant these bare root asparagus. I have them soaking in water so that they'll be easier to work with, because you need to spread out. This is their tops, and you need to spread out their roots like this when you plant them. And last year we had great success with these bare roots from Tractor Supply, So we went ahead and bought the purple ones. I needed a few more purple ones. So these are the purple asparagus. All of our green asparagus have come up really good this second year though.
Dad gave Emmett a haircut. This is Emmett. Short hair. No, 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 no.
No, Emmett, you're gonna step on my...
Beep, 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 beep. Vroom. Is that it? Haley!
Actually, you can come get a close-up of this asparagus.
Show us all. This asparagus?
Let's see it.
Asparagus. Oh, two. Tripped.
Please stop, Hannah. Please stop. I don't want you to step on my plants.
Emmy.
Please take him out of here. It's okay. We're done planting. That's all the asparagus that we're going to plant.
That's it?
Yep. I'm going to mulch around this bleeding heart bush and these two roses. I noticed one of my lilies is coming up, so I went ahead and mulched around it. And I mulched the rose bushes. And this is a yarrow plant that I just planted out. I hope I didn't plant this one too early. It seems to be a very hardy plant. So I mulched this and I mulched this white rose. So that over there is the red rose bush and this is the white rose. And I'll put the exact variety on the screen. And this over here is my bleeding heart bush. I hope that I didn't kill it because it was in the full sun for a couple of days. So it was a bare root, but it did have sprouts on it when I planted it. So I'm hoping that didn't kill it, but I mulched around that as well. And I have this board over it now until it can get established. And in the morning, this side of the chicken coop is totally shaded. And so once these rose bushes grow up nice and tall to about right here, it should shade the bleeding heart bush enough. And I've got some peas to grow up right here to shade it for this year because the roses will take a while to get big, I think. Every day there's more daffodil blooms. Daffodils are becoming my favorite flower. Sunflowers I thought were my favorite, but daffodils are quickly becoming my favorites. It's my first year to have daffodils in our yard, and they are just the prettiest little pop of yellow color, and I love it. Thanks so much for hanging out with our family today. We hope that you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for subscribing and following along with our family. We really appreciate it, and we wish you all the best. Bye!